Good afternoon, welcome back. Sorry I'm a day late getting this out there, but it's been a very busy week, very hectic week around the garage. So I'm a little bit late, but hey, that's okay. As you know, I spoke last week about going to Daytona. I was quite excited about going to Daytona, but family things came up, it didn't work out, so I wasn't able to make the trip. My buddies Ron and Travis did. They loved it. They had a great time. They had record crowds down there this year, 700,000 people. I mean, that's just awesome. So I didn't make it, but I will hopefully next year. Maybe I can hit Myrtle Beach or I don't know, one of the other shows or rallies that are around because, I want to get out on the bike and ride, and, I missed out, but oh well. Hey, family comes first. So this week, it's going to be a short video. I just wanted to get some input from you guys that are regular viewers. Spring is coming here. Hopefully riding season. I mean, today it's cold out again, but hopefully we'll be able to get out and do some riding soon. And I've got about 8,500 miles on my Heritage right now. So I'm really not due for that 10,000 mile service yet. Now down here, we get to ride pretty much year round. We get some nice days here and there, in January, December, where we can get out and ride. Should I get the 10,000 mile service now, before the major riding season starts, or should I wait, put on the other 1,500 miles? I've asked a few people that I know, including folks over at the dealership, and I've gotten some mixed answers on that. So I just wonder what you guys do. Some folks, I know they do service once a year, regardless. Every spring, they go get the oil change and get the bike serviced. I normally follow the book, the owner's manual, and go, I did my 1,000 mile service, my 5,000 mile, and now I'm coming up on my 10. Should I wait and do that? Should I go ahead and do it now? That is, one of the questions that I've been going over. I just want to make sure I'm doing what's best for the Heritage. Another issue that has been a hot topic on a lot of the YouTube pages or YouTube channels is the fueling makes that vented dipstick. I guess the oil pressure builds up in the crankcase, and there's no way for it to escape in these Milwaukee 8s, and it can cause some buildup in your cylinders. And I want to know what you guys have done. I know that Fueling makes a product, a vented dipstick for their baggers, for the bagger models. And it doesn't say on their website if it's specifically for just the baggers or if there's one for soft tails. With the Milwaukee 8, I'm assuming that this issue is with all Milwaukee 8s. But, you guys tell me what you think. I've asked dealers about it, a couple of dealer representatives, and they were like, yeah, I don't know. So, it's not a new problem. The EPA requires that they don't vent the pressure from the crankcase like they used to be allowed to do. So now that pressure just stays inside the motor and it passes up into the cylinders, and it can cause major corrosion. It just gets kind of gunky on the top of those cylinders, and that can really affect performance. So if we can get a vented dipstick put in and it can prevent that, it might be worth it. I know they're expensive, like $300, but you do what you got to do. I might be able to find one on some of the off, Fueling has it for $279, but I might be able to find it somewhere at a different site for a little bit less. I know I've heard some folks say $199. I didn't know if anybody out there has done this, has put in the vented dipstick, or if you have other options that you've explored for venting out this pressure. It's a shame that the EPA is doing this because, a lot of people are blaming Harley for it, and it's not Harley's fault. They're doing what the EPA is telling them to do. They're not allowed to vent it for whatever reason. It's the EPA. So we have to come up with a solution for this, something cost effective. I don't want to go spend, I got two of them back here, so I don't want to spend a ton of cash on this. So just wondered what you guys, if you had any alternatives. I've seen folks with videos where they've made their own venting system, and I am not mechanically inclined. I'm not going to be drilling tap and die. I'm not doing any of that stuff. That's just not me. So I've got to find a solution that's easy. I know that the Fueling vented dipstick has two options, excuse me, where you can, the easiest option just has a little vent right on the top of your dipstick, and it would vent out that extra pressure, but you can get some oil spray, which could also get on the bike. That's the downfall to that, even though it's really super easy to install. Just crank it in, you're done. They have the option also where you have a little hose that fits on the end of that, runs up along your frame, down to the front of the motor with a little filter, which catches all the debris that's being vented out. Again, it's a little bit trickier to install. Not that bad. I'm sure we could figure that out. But just wonder what you guys have done, if you've come up with any solutions for this. Some people don't even know about this issue. I didn't until I was watching a video, and this guy was talking about a quick fix for it. I'm like, quick fix for what? I mean, I had no idea what he was talking about. Then I saw the cylinder heads after only 10,000 miles. The tops were just caked with this thick black crud, and that's all from the blow-by. And if that pressure is in that crankcase and it has no way to get out, it's going to go blow by. That's why they call it blow by. It blows back into the combustion chamber, and it blows back into the motor, and it gets burned off on the top of your cylinders, and it can really cause a lot of corrosion, which would affect performance and engine life ultimately. So if there's a fix out there, I want to explore it. So if you have any ideas, be sure to let me know. I'm going to look a little further into that fueling vented dipstick. If fueling makes one, I'm assuming there's other companies that make them as well. If not, hopefully soon there will be. Can't imagine they're the only company that makes this thing. And like I said, the do-it-yourself project, that ain't gonna happen. So we'll have to come up with some other alternatives for that. Other than that, it's been a pretty slow week. Haven't been able to get out and do a lot of riding. My wife and I went for about, I don't know, we were out for a few hours the other day, went to Winston-Salem, hit the dealer up there, and looked around a little bit. It was cold, it was chilly, but we dressed for it. We dressed appropriately. We had a good time. Just waiting for this weather to break. It's either raining or it's cold and raining. I mean, we just haven't had a lot of good days where it's been really nice and warm and sunny and dry. So I'm really looking forward to that. So hopefully soon we'll see. I keep checking the weather every day, just hoping that they change it, but so far they haven't. So you know how that goes. Other than that, there hasn't been a lot going on. I'm going to come up with some content. I want to do something. I want to get everyone's opinion on helmets. I ride most of the time with a non-DOT, what they call the Marine bucket. I put a DOT sticker on the back, but don't tell anybody, but it's not legal. But, I've got the full face, which I've showed before. I've got other DOTs, that this world's smallest beanie that's DOT. It's like a mushroom on my head. I just wonder what you guys have found that's DOT and still looks kind of cool. So maybe next week I'll go over some of the helmets that I have and some of the other safety things that I do. It's motorcycling is so much fun. We all enjoy it. I know we do, but there's that inherent risk of riding on two wheels, and people don't see it, and things can happen. So, having a family, you want to do what's best. You want to stay safe, and I get that, but you don't want to look like an idiot out there either. At least I don't. I mean, some people don't care what they look like. They just want to be safe. They wear all the gear and all that stuff. And this doesn't matter if it's summer, 100 degrees, they're still going to be out there with everything zipped up their full face. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I do want to be safe, but I got to be comfortable too. So, so maybe next week I'll lay out some helmets and go over the pros and cons of each one. And then you guys can let me know what you have that you found that has been looks cool, but gives you the protection that you need. So I think that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Please comment down below. I love the comments. I've gotten quite a few, and I really appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Bye.